Hi everyone. I'm gonna play a 5-0 game for you. Um, I'm at home at lunch and probably gonna play 3 games, um, unless I want to show up late to get back, which would be okay too. Um, Hopefully, I'll start playing better on here and get my rating back to where I would think it should be, and have these games be a little better for you. But try to do my best in explaining things. This is a mainline Caro-Kann. Nothing too nothing crazy here. Seen Kamsky and Carlson play these lines. Um, Except not as poorly as this. That was the incorrect move there. Queen C7 is probably better. But I still have a chance to play it. Bishop E7 was also fine. This diagonal can get a little tricky for white. Usually they'll play, most commonly, white will castle queenside in these lines. Um, but obviously that's too late. Um, um, I'll just go ahead and castle that way. C5 probably would have been good. Playing the bishop to f4 is fairly common in um, a lot of lines where it's just a key square to fight for. Also, it controls 2 typically important diagonals. The B8 to H2 diagonal and the um, C1 to H6 diagonal, which is more important, when obviously when white's castled queenside. Now that the queens are off the board, I feel pretty comfortable. A lot of a lot of the scare in black's positions in this line and in a lot of chess is I could have just taken there myself. Crud. What are you doing? All right. And I guess if I were white, I'd play something like rook a5 and then pile up on that a pawn. So I have a couple alternatives. I can take the rook and play something like knight e2 check or take the pawn on h, but I really don't want my f pawn to fall. I think I should be able to safely take on h5 and let him take my pawn, and that way after knight to e5, I'll be able to safely defend the f pawn. I can't play rook f8 because of knight d7 check. Considering knight f4, f5, and f6. I didn't like knight f4 because after takes and then something like rook to f8, take on f7, then rook to f8, he can play knight back and he's still threatening the knight d7 check. So, you know, probably maybe more accurate. After knight f8, probably rook e8 instead, but I'm just going to go ahead and start activating my rook. Also tempting would have been h5. It gets kind of screwy though after h5. H5, g5, I don't know, knight g7, g6, and I don't know. It isn't too clear in my mind. I'm just going to play my rook to the f file. It takes away a fair amount of squares. It also lets me play, if I wanted to, something like b6 and then let my king move out. That'll just be... Now I'm going to think of something like h5, maybe creating a passer. And also opening the h file up for my rook. Me Texas. Me taxes? Suppose that's Spanish. Here's my line of the day. Suppose that's Spanish. All right, so I'll probably just, you know, keep my knight's there protecting the d5 pawn, but I'll probably just, I think it's a good idea to activate my rook to the h file. Just going to go ahead and protect the knight squares. Got to start playing fast, 40 some seconds. Now my knight has a better square on c4, and it can help with, it can get to e3 and help with sort of getting my rook in a better position. Can't play rook f1 due to rook h1 check. Is going to have to go to g1. Then I can play something like rook g h3, maybe. Wow, I just missed taking a move ago. Oh well, I get to take with check, so there you go. Excuses, excuses. All right, now rook g1 is mate, and he allows me to play it. So not the most exciting game. I guess I just concentrated on not losing. Didn't give a lot of witty analysis or not, you know,